Hey guys, what is up? Author Michaela Jade here. I'm a couple minutes early, but that's okay. I'll just kind of wait to get in here. Again, I'm author Michaela Jade with Tidbits and Scribbles. Tonight is all going to be tidbits, and I'll tell you why. Because sometimes in life, when you're a creative, things don't always go the way you want them to. I promise they don't. So, and in that case, for me, it's today or this week. I had planned to make a video for tonight for you guys. And then I had planned to make a couple more so that if ever this happened again and my week was crazy busy, I could just say, here's this video for you guys to watch. But life happens as it does, and I didn't get them made. So that's my fault. But hey, we're here live. Christian, I dumped the hats because I'm not at work. Now I'm at author Michaela Jade. If you saw my earlier video, you saw I was testing things out, seeing if I could do a video on my phone so that I know I can do them from my truck, maybe on the lunch hour or something when I get some time. But let's jump right into it. So the first thing I want to say is that I'm a proud part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And some places you can find me this year are, the first place this summer is going to be the Indie Author Book Expo, Memorial Day weekend at the Civic Center. So May 29th, it's a one-day thing. Come down to the Peoria Civic Center. This is as close to home as it will ever get for me. So if you ever want close to home book signing for author Michaela Jade, Peoria, Illinois is it. It is as close to as home as it will get. So, Peoria, Illinois, Indie Author Book Expo, June or May 29th. Then June 5th, down at Detweiler Park in Peoria, Illinois, is another, it's just a craft fair, vendor fair. So come down, enjoy the park, hang out with some of us. My daughter, who does the artwork, will be there with all of her artwork. June 19th is, again, Wild Deadwood Reads in Deadwood, South Dakota. Then I've got July 17th is Perryville, Missouri, Heroes for Kids Con. Then the final one I've got scheduled, and all of this could change, but the final one I've got scheduled is October 2nd, Expo Gardens in, again, Peoria, Illinois. So with those being close to home, they're easy to do. If there's a location or a venue event going on that you would like me to attend, let me know. Put it in the comments, and I'll see if I can't get there. I'll see what it takes for me to get there. And I'll try my best to get as close to you as I can get. Hey there, Carl. Okay, so then on to the thing I kind of wanted to talk about is kind of because my week has been so crazy. Like, I know there's others of us out there that, how do you get it done when you're done? You're done with the week, you're done with the hour, or whatever it is. There's gonna be those days where you're ready to throw in the towel, you're ready to say, screw it, I'm done. How do you make it happen even on those days? So for me, this is where the tidbits come in. We're gonna do a lot of little tidbits today. For me, what works to get it done when I'm done, I'm tired. Like after this video, I'll be honest, I might just kick back and go to bed. It's been a day. So I know what I'm talking about when I say I understand when you don't have it to give. You're done. You're done with your creative process. You're done with the family stuff. You're done with the day job stuff. I get it. But there are days like today where you just have to push through. You just have to make it work. One of the biggest things for me is I delegate. And I wasn't always good at delegating. So if I can give someone else a chore to do, or if I can say to my friend, hey, can you look up some places that I can submit my book for reviews? You bet your ass I'm going to do it because I don't have time. That being said, there's a lot of different things you can use, and I've been told all kinds of different tricks all through the years. But calling a friend is the first one. Call your friend. I don't care if it's you call your friend and say, take the kids, whatever. You can get it done. Hi, Carly. But yeah, basically, yeah, just when all of your creative juices are gone, just to refill the tank, do whatever it is that you do. If what you do is you hang out with your friends, then hang out with your friends. Make it happen. I didn't ever think I would be this far in my career. I thought, because of course, when I first thought about being a published author, I was 12 or 13 probably. So I thought I was going to write a book and be famous like Stephen King because I wrote one book. That's not how it works. And it's not easy to become famous, even with social media. It's not easy to become famous for the right reasons. So you've got to ask yourself, how are you done, or are you really done? How done are you? I mean, like, if you're ready to throw in the towel, are you really? Are you really ready to give up on your dream that, for me, my dream has been 20 years or more in the making? So there's no way I would say, well, I stumbled, so I'm done. I'm going to throw in the towel and I'm done. And by stumble, I mean, it might be something like you forgot your kid's event you didn't go to. You forgot to make dinner, and shoot, your husband's walking through the door and you promised you'd make dinner this time. You forgot, whatever it was. Life goes on. And you might have to say to your family, hey, from, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening, I'm out. I've got to do this. I've got to follow through on this. Yeah, Carl, sometimes I do that too. When you're very busy, you get more done than when you have nothing to do, because when you have nothing to do, you tend to twiddle your thumbs. Yeah. I do that a lot. Or you play games on your phone, or whatever it is. You have to decide that your dreams are worth it. You have to decide that I'm exhausted, I've worked all day, but I can write one paragraph, or I can write one chapter, or I can make one YouTube video. When all of the things seem like they're insurmountable, take that one thing. Just like I talked about in a previous video, break it down. Take one thing at a time. It isn't, for me today, I thought about, man, this is my first day back, and we really worked hard today to get everything, all the machines calibrated, and all of the chemicals put where they're supposed to be. So there was a lot to do. There was a lot of mental, and there was a lot of physical. So I'm doubly exhausted. But I made a commitment to you to have these videos every Friday so that we can talk writing. And I'll be damned if I'm going to give that up. So everything else that I had planned for tonight, like I needed to take my car to the shop. Well, they couldn't get it until Wednesday. So, okay, that's off my plate. I needed to go shopping. Tomorrow is a wedding of a friend of ours. So there's lots of things that I need to prepare to do. But this video was important. Was it more important? Maybe not. But it is important enough to my dream and to following through. That's what I chose to do. Now, I'm not saying like miss all of your kids' recitals and all of your kids' soccer games and whatever. Maybe you can miss one. Maybe there's one that's just a practice. It's not really a game. Maybe you can say, hey, I can't make every game, but I'm going to make every one that is at home, or I'm going to make every away game because they fall on the correct day. Make a compromise. Your kids aren't going to remember mom missed that one game. They're going to remember that mom had work to do and she made it to my games. They're not going to remember that you didn't make it to all the games. Trust me, they won't. I used to think when my kids were little, I used to go and buy these elaborate birthday cakes that were, at the time, they were like $35. They were huge. But we really couldn't afford that $35. But I did it anyway. I did the $35 cake. I did the, $150 birthday party, because sometimes it would be at a bowling alley, sometimes it would be at the house, but it would always be huge. We'd buy tons of food, tons of drinks, invite our friends over. And then it got to the point where I learned the kids didn't care about the cake. Here I was spending all this money on this beautiful, elaborate cake, and the kids didn't care. So sometimes you have to kind of realign your priorities, figure out what really matters. Because trust me, the socks on the floor or the dirty floor or the bathroom that needs cleaned, it's going to need cleaned tomorrow. And the laundry's going to need done tomorrow, and the dishes will be done tomorrow. So when it all looks like you've got this stack of stuff to do and you're just done, you just don't have the energy to do it, take it off your plate. That's really all I've got. I mean, take the stuff that isn't important off your plate and move it to tomorrow. It'll get done tomorrow, or delegate it to someone else. But somehow, some way, you will find a way to follow your dream. You're not, if it's really your dream and it's really your passion, you'll find a way. For me, I have a lot of things that I like to do. So I have, just to name a few, I have archery, I have gardening, I have shooting sports, I have fishing, I have kayaking, hiking, hunting. We do harvest animals to feed our family. But we do all that, and there's certain times of the year that you must hunt. You can't hunt other times of the year. So there's many things that you have to do at a certain time, but there's also wiggle room. If someone else harvested, I can help with the butcher process. If I'm having an off day and I cannot make words happen, I take my archery bow and I go out and I shoot. Or I take our throwing knives and I go out and throw throwing knives at targets, because I'm a lady. There's always a way. The one thing I found with this last book was I really pushed hard to get it done, to make the deadlines, to make the story flow, to make the story as fantastic as I could make it, so that I wouldn't let my readers down. Through that, though, I learned there's going to be days where I'm not going to pick up a pen. I'm not going to sit at my computer. I can't. In order to make the story as fabulous as I can make them, I can't be author Michaela Jade 24/7. I have to have a break from it. Now, I'm not taking a break from life. I'm not sitting on the couch watching a movie. I'm doing something else that I love because I have so many passions. So don't think that just because you took a day off, you're not a real author, or you're not going to get it done, or you're not good enough because you didn't write a page today because somewhere you read an article that said you must write every day to be an author. I think I heard that in a Stephen King interview. I think he said one time, and this was years ago, I think he said, if you don't write a page a day, or maybe it was Dean Koontz, if you don't write a page a day, you're not an author. Okay, yeah, I'll get right on that. Because there's days, now I don't go many days without writing, but there have been a couple where I had better things to do, or I had gardening to do that, I knew it was going to rain for the next week, so I had to get all the weeds done. There's mowing to do. If it's something as simple as, and I say simple as you have the kids at home, you've got a laundry list of laundry to do, and you've got to get it done. You're just going to have to figure out what's most important, because what's most important will usually slap you in the face if you've let it go too long. Yes, even in writing, there's research to do. You have to you can't just write all the time. It's gonna wear you out, or at least me. It wore me out, and I didn't take a step back and look at it until my book was done and ready to go. And then I stepped back and I looked at it and I thought, God, I missed a lot. So like I was saying earlier, like your kids aren't going to miss that you missed one baseball game. They're not going to miss that you missed 2 baseball games. But if you don't set that priority of, I want to be at every home game, I want to be at every away game, whatever it is, you have to set those because you need that. I don't care what deadline is staring you in the face. You need your creative outlet. I've even been as a stay-at-home mom. At one time I had 2 toddlers and one would go to like half a day preschool. So she'd get on the bus at noon and I'd go pick her up at like 3:30. So between noon and 3:30, I had one child at home who was just like in the crawling phase. So just a tiny toddler. I remember one time I had to get the yard mowed. I had laundry to do. I had all kinds of stuff to do. And I put that child in a backpack and mowed the yard. I put her little sun hat on her. I put her in the backpack and I mowed the yard. And a little while later, I felt her little head resting on my shoulder. And I stopped the mower and I looked back at her and she's sleeping on my shoulder in the backpack, doing her thing. She didn't care. To this day, the neighbors will tell you that that was the funniest thing they've ever seen in their lives. Because here I am doing the push mower thing, just mowing the yard, and there's my kid in a backpack. That's right. My kid was in a backpack. I was determined one time, same kid. No, it was my middle daughter this time. She was little and I wanted to go mushroom hunting. Well, you can't take a tiny toddler out in the woods and let them walk because, yeah, if you're a mom, you just can't. So I put that toddler in a backpack and we went mushroom hunting. Now, when I go mushroom hunting, I like to go like deeper in the woods, not just on the edges. So I decided I would go down a hill. Child in the backpack. I'm out of shape because I was back then. And so we're headed down the hill. Child weighs about 30 pounds. That hill was really steep and I didn't think about having to come back up the hill. So there I am. My oldest kid was probably 8 or 9, something like that. And so this one's in the backpack and we start up the hill and I'm, wow, that's a heavy hill. Okay. All right, here we go. And about halfway up the hill, I'm slipping and sliding and I'm grabbing hold of trees to pull myself up. When from behind me, little hands come like this. We made it up the hill, but she was going to hold on right there. That is the memories that they will remember. They won't remember, mom worked all the time on her dream of writing a book. Because even back then I was writing a book. So I don't stop as often as I think I should, but I do stop often enough to partake of the family stuff. I'm always there when the important stuff is happening. If it's something that they're being goofy, I let them be goofy. My oldest daughter right now has a greenhouse that she's doing. And when she first came to me and she said, Mom, I want you to come see whatever, I brushed her off and I was like, no, I have a deadline. Just go away. I'll talk to you later. And then I realized all she wants is 5 minutes of my time. Now, some creatives might say, well, when I'm in that creative mode, it's hard. If I stop, it's hard to get back into it. What's more important? Because I can almost bet you'd say your kid's more important. Now, since I realized that, I've done it a lot. She'll say something like, hey, Mom, I want you to see something in the greenhouse. And it literally takes her 3 seconds to show me what she wants to show me out in the greenhouse. I come back in, I sit down, and I pick up where I left off. So for me, it works when I'm done and my batteries need recharged. I have to follow my other passions. I have to do something else. If it's something as simple as I'm just tired from work, I may not work on my books for a week, because the first few weeks of getting back into landscape season, if you've ever done it, they're the hardest weeks ever. By the time you get 6 weeks in, you're good. You can work a 40 or 60-hour week, and it's okay. Yeah, it's long. Your feet might hurt at the end of the day, but you can do it. The first couple weeks, you think it's trying to kill you. So there's always spots in your life where you can take a minute, back up, and recharge those batteries. I'm reading Carl's comments here. He says that hobbies have given him new topics to write about later. Yeah, they absolutely do. And in fact, in my books, my heroine is an archer herself. So some of the stuff I've experienced, I've put in the books. And if there's a scene in the book where I need something to happen, it helps to know how people would react, how the bow itself would react, how the arrow would react, just by doing that hobby. Just by living it, just by experiencing it. When I need inspiration, I will go people watch. Now, you can't do that a lot these days, but it's coming back. We're getting back on track. At the park is a really good one. You can sit at the park all day and listen and watch people and see many different relationships and reactions. Because at our park, anyway, it's basically the only place that people have to hang out in our town, other than somewhere inside, like a bar, or we don't even have a restaurant. So we have bars, churches, and the park. So for us, the park is a really big place. It's a really good place to find people interacting with people, different mannerisms, different ways to speak. So that's a good one for me to recharge, just to watch. Just go down and watch. Or I'll play tennis with the girls. We don't play tennis like you're supposed to, so don't get that idea. We might, well, yeah. So here's the outdoors part. We taught the girls to crawdad, which means you go in the creek and you pick crawdads out of the creek, and then you bring them home and you eat them. So yeah, there's many things that we do that recharge my batteries. Even when we are doing something as stupid as playing tennis, like we play, we don't play tennis like you're supposed to, mainly because that's not fun. We play almost, you could almost call it like full contact tennis. And we have a main road that runs right past the park. And there have been times where a semi might get hit with a tennis ball. I'm just saying. So don't think that you have to learn a new hobby or something like that just to get your creative juices going. Just do you. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, just do it. Like in the wintertime when we can't get out, if it's, snowing and blowing here in good old Illinois, and we cannot get out, one of the other things that centers me, it's dumber than shit, but one of the things that centers me is cleaning the house. If I clean the house from top to bottom, then I can sit down in front of my computer and I've got new ideas. I've got my batteries are charged, and I can sit there and write all day. So how to get it done when you're done with everything is basically recharge the batteries, take a minute. Nothing is going, I don't care if you've got a deadline or not, it'll wait. If you miss that deadline, your life is not over. Things are going to change, I'm sure, but that doesn't mean life is over. It doesn't mean your career is over. But it also doesn't mean like blow off all of your deadlines. Pick the ones that are most important. Pick the ones that, if you need to back off on your author stuff for a bit to recharge, then that's what you do. So don't think that you have to do one thing or another because some interview you saw somewhere said you must do this to be a writer. You must do that to be a legitimate author. It's not true. You do the best that you can do. And when you need help, you reach out. That's pretty much all I've got for you guys tonight. I will probably end this here. Let me see. I'm reading the comments here. Yeah, Carlene says, I'm very good at passing delegating. Yeah, I know. I do it all the time. I never used to want to delegate because my husband didn't fold the laundry right. The kids couldn't do the laundry right. Nobody cleans the floors like I do. They didn't clean the windows properly. So why would I let them clean them? If they're not going to do it right, I'll just have to do it again. Yeah. I got a list. And now, if the list doesn't get done, they have consequences. And they're old enough now that I can say, oh, did you want to take the car? You didn't wash the windows the way I would have. And they know that if they don't, they're not going to get privileges. So, yeah, you just have to dig deep. You have to figure out where you're going to find that passion, where you're going to find that drive. And it's there somewhere, I promise. If you need to, reach out to me. Ask for a different topic for next time for Tidbits and Scribbles. Let me know what you guys want to hear. I can look up all kinds of stuff and get you some info. So I will end it here. And guys, don't forget, check out Nicholas Anthony Tucker over on his channel on YouTube. He is also a part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And I will catch you on the flip-flop when we're all not so tired.